Photographers are very prone to compare their work to other photographers' work. They want to see where they are in their photography career and how they stack up to other photographers. But I personally think this is kind of unhealthy, and I'm here to tell you guys why you should not compare yourself to other photographers. That's what we're going over in this video. What's up guys, a Project Photography back with another video, and today with the advent of social media especially, when we go on Instagram, we see all these other photographers' works, we compare our work to their work. Are we living up to our standards, and how do we compare to these other photographers? We see their work on our feeds, we see their work on their search, and just all these things make us compare ourselves to other photographers. But I personally think this is a very unhealthy thing to do. And here's the thing, every photographer is on a different timeline in their life and in their stage of their photography career. Where I am in my photography career is going to be drastically different from where you are in your photography career. So to compare my photography to, let's say, your photography is not fair at all, because we're just in two different stages of our photography careers, and it's like comparing apples to oranges. So I think that in a sense that is what makes comparing your photography very unhealthy. It's not representative of how you're doing as a photographer. I think the best way to quantify that is by looking at your own work. Looking at your own work compared to your past work. Have you improved? Have you gotten better? That is the best indication of how much you grow as a photographer, not comparing your work to other people's work, because in reality, their work does not affect your work. I say that in a sense that how good their work is does not just diminish the value of your work either. Because their work is great does not mean that your work is just bad all of a sudden. That's just not how these things work. If they get better, it doesn't mean that you get worse somehow. And I think that this is a big thing that people need to realize, that photography is not a competition. It's not about who's better, who creates better work. It's about self-expression and showing the world what it is about yourself that you want to show. It's about your ability to express yourself and show your experiences to the world. I think that a lot of people don't really understand when it comes to photography. They think that they have to be the best at the photography, and they see other people and they think, oh, why am I not as good as them? But in reality, that's just not how it works. And I think people need to realize that it's okay to be where you are in your life. Where you are in your photography career especially, it's okay to be where you are. We're all in different stages of our life. We're all in different stages of our photography career, and to be in a different place is absolutely okay. I want to go back to this whole thing of where you are in your photography career. You can only compare yourself to your past. That's how you can really tell that if you've grown and all. Because in reality, if you look at your photos back then and you look at your photos now and think they're not that different, like I haven't really grown that much, then you really need to rethink the way that you do photography. Break out of these implicit actions and start doing explicit actions, and start thinking about what you're doing to your photography itself. Think about being more creative. Think about, what can I do differently to make my photography better? What can I learn differently? What can I learn more of? These are the questions that you should be asking yourself if your photography hasn't grown. But if you can see that your photography's grown over the years, then that's a good sign. That means that you're progressing in the right way and you're doing the right things. It's at this point where you start to plateau, that's the dangerous part, because then it's like you don't know how much better you're getting, because you could compare your work to everyone else's work and your work might be better, but if it's not better compared to your own work previously, then that's where things start to get dangerous. So always compare your own work to your work before. This conversation is very symbolic to life. I think a lot of us tend to look at other people's careers and other people's lives and think, that's where I should be in the next 10 years, 20 years. And so, and that's just not the case. I think everyone is on a different timeline in life. I read this thing is like, you're not falling behind, you're not too early, you're right on time. What other people do in their life is totally different from what you do in your own life. Your milestones that you're setting is different than everyone else. I think we have this society that we preach, oh, let's go to college at a certain time, get married at a certain time, buy a house at a certain time. But in no way, shape, or form is that reflective of everybody in society. Everybody has different timelines, different values and sets that they want to complete before they move on to the next stage. And that might not always be in the same timeline as mine or your peers or things like that. So it's the same as photography. We're all in different stages of photography career, and it's okay to be different from each other, and it's okay to not be in the same path as each other. And that's totally okay. I think that people should just stop worrying about everyone else around them and only focus on themselves. Only focus on your own work, only focus on your photography. And that's where you'll be able to get ahead in your photography career and not have to keep watching these other people and comparing yourself constantly. So let's talk about the second part of this video. As you can see in the title, we hit 1,000 subscribers last Saturday, I believe. No, last Sunday. And that's a huge milestone, guys. I don't think you guys realize how important that is. You know, because when you look at it, YouTubers like, oh, they're at 900 or 800 subs, like, that's a lot. And it's pretty much the same as 1,000 subscribers. But when you see that fourth digit on your subscriber count, like, that's actually a lot compared to 900 or 800. That's when I feel like people say that you're more legit, you're more qualified to do this. And honestly, I'm just really glad to be in the position that I am. I'm so lucky, so fortunate to have all of you guys supporting me. I really appreciate everyone that comes and watches my videos, because you know, every time someone tells me that, like, oh, I loved your videos and things like that, like, it really makes my day. Like, it really does. And I really appreciate everybody that comes and watches this channel. You know, I put a lot of effort. I really love what I do. You know, I don't think I'd be doing this if I didn't enjoy doing it. And the reason why I want to do this in the first place is I want to share my photography with you guys. I want to share what I've done, what I've been through, and just my experiences in photography, because I feel like it's so important for everyone to kind of understand what it's like to be a photographer and actually see people go out and shooting. Because to me, the best part about photography isn't the gear. It isn't, you know, talking in front of a camera about stuff. It's just going out and shooting. That's the fun part about photography. It's just going out and taking photos. And I love to do that, and I love to share that experience with you guys. So I hope you guys really like that kind of content, because that's the favorite kind of content that I like to make. This has really been a crazy ride. I think the average amount of time it takes for a YouTuber to get to 1,000 subscribers is 22 months, and we did it in 9. So we took, I think, like half the amount of time, or like 3/8 amount of time. I don't even know, but that's pretty significant. I'm really happy, guys. I'm really proud of what I've been able to do. I'm really grateful that you guys are along for the ride. And I just hope that we keep moving forward, because I really enjoy this type of stuff. You know, it's not always about the views, always about the sub count. You know, it's always about what experiences can I translate to you guys? What can I show you guys? What can I show you guys in my photography career, especially? And I think that this channel is doing a great job at that. So let's keep on rolling. Let's hit the next milestone of 10,000 subscribers, just because why not? And a few people I want to thank in my life is definitely my family. They've been there supporting me throughout all this kind of thing. My friend Claire, she's amazing. Drake, Casey, and Arturo, those 5 people have, or those 5, well, I mean, my family is more than one person, but those people have been really instrumental in this career and just in my life in general. You know, they've been a big part, and I really appreciate all of you guys being here. So yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. Comment, subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one.